You wish that it was as easy as setting up a super sexy high-end artist website and then posting your artwork everywhere in social media, and then your artwork would just like fly off of the shelves. I mean, say me if you wish it was that simple. Here's the reality. I know if you're here, you know this. If you have that super sexy artist website and you're posting everywhere, instead of it flying off the shelf, you just might be confused and exhausted. We want you to be able to have the system that allows for you to leverage the power of the online market. Now, if you're brand new and you're going, yeah, I just need to set up a super sexy artist website, I want you to look around and I want you to look at the people who are like, yes, I wish it was that simple. Okay. This may be the first time you've heard this, but it's not as simple as just setting up a super sexy high end artist website where everyone goes and binges in your gallery and then post everywhere, just like shotgun it into your social media. It's just not that easy. The reality is we can put into our selling system three really simple components that will allow for us to close thousands upon thousands of dollars in art sales in a month. Okay. Most of the time, when we just set up our super sexy high end website and start posting, we have not implemented and included the three core components that allow for you to close thousands of dollars of sales without a super sexy website, with or without a super sexy website, or with or without paying ads. So the next 3 days are going to be just really showing you the whole entire system that we use to close online and offline art sales. And we're going to start digging into those three components. Okay. So if you do have a super sexy website, have no fear. All that work that you've done setting that up, once you see these three components, we're going to show you exactly where your super sexy website fits into everything. Guys, I say this all the time. There has never been a time in history where, as artists, we are set up to be so successful. Whereas artists, we have access to millions upon millions of social media users who are right here that are available, and we can begin to magnetize them to us and really start leveraging a system with tools, marketing skills, sales skills that allow for us to close those sales. Oh my gosh. If you're thinking, I just need to know what to do next, let's do it. You are in exactly the right place to see the first three things that you need to be doing when you are leveraging the power of the online market. We're going to talk about modernizing your selling skills, your selling system. We're going to talk a little bit about why and how the old school selling systems work and why they're really not set up to go as fast as we need them to go in the online market. Okay. Then the rest of the week, we're going to dig into some of the components. We're going to start talking about things like, okay, explain really why my website isn't working to close sales. We're going to talk about how pricing your product at the value that reflect at the price that reflects the value of what you do is so key, and also refining your message so you're magnetizing your ideal clients. We're going to dig into all of that. Okay. And listen here. If all that you do in the next year is just be able to close at a slightly higher price and magnetize a few more people to you, you have the ability right there to make thousands of dollars a month. Does that sound good? If it sounds good, please type the word yes. Yes, that sounds good in the comments. Okay. We want you to maximize your results this week, and we're going to blow your mind. Okay. Most artists are not thinking this way. Most artists are not thinking about really leveraging the power of social media, leveraging the power of the online market to close sales. Most artists are sitting back and saying, I'm going to wait for everyone else to figure this out. And then, then I'll just kind of jump in. The reality is, if we don't get ahead of the curve right now, we're always going to be behind the curve. So the Art Boss Challenge, this is a free coaching. It starts where other coaching packages leave off. Okay. This isn't a basic class. This isn't a 101 class. We're not going to talk about how to make our artist statements better. Instead, we're going to talk about messaging that magnetize our ideal clients to us. We're not going to talk about like, do I need a business license? Instead, we're going to talk about building business systems that are machines that we can automate. Okay. So I want you guys to really dig in. Okay. Because this is about living the dream. This is about what we call hashtag artist life. If you're a returning art boss, if this isn't your first art boss challenge and you're back, okay, I want you to know that if you're following me, I'm inside of social media all the time. And when I see what artwork you're working on and what's coming in, I give you social media love, and you might see hashtag artist life. When you see that comment from me, it's telling you I'm seeing that you're living your dream and your best life. Okay. So we're going to be digging in. We're going to go ahead and jump on in. I want you to get ready. I want you to grab a pen, some paper. Oh my goodness, we're going to talk about how you can get your hands on this workbook if you haven't yet. We talked about it all week long, how you can get your hands on that. We're going to just dig in, and I want you just to find a comfortable spot in your house or your studio. I want you to just be in a place where you can focus for 45 minutes. Give yourself, you worked for this, you deserve it, 45 minutes to work with us and to just start modernizing your selling system. Oh my goodness, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Art Boss Challenge. We are so excited that you're here today. Team Art Boss and I have been working super hard to get ready for the Art Boss Challenge. It is an amazing year. It is going to be the most fabulous art selling year in history. We can feel the energy in the air. We can feel that this is the time, this is it. We want for you to be taking the action you need to get the results that you want. Just sitting around and wondering, I wonder why I'm not selling more, crossing your fingers and saying, I hope this is going to work. We want you to flip your system and your mindset. We want you to be able to have a system that allows for you to measure your results, allows for you to get started immediately. I mean, don't you wish it was as easy as we just would post your artwork everywhere and your artwork would fly off the shelf? But you do know that what you have is a gold mine. You are here because you have artwork that creates positive social change. You have artwork that connects to people. You see the power of your artwork, and you see the power that it has to bring you personal financial freedom. If you're thinking, you know what, I just need a website, I just need to get it optimized, I want you to know that there are 3 things you need to do first before you start worrying about that super sexy artist website. And we're going to be talking about those 3 things over the next 3 days. So does that sound good? Okay. I want you to type the word yes in the comments. Okay. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching it in replay, here's the reason. We know that when we're learning something, we can learn something audio, we can learn visually. I mean, we're artists, we know how important visual is, but also kinetic. Sometimes I don't realize that when we take notes, when we simply type the word yes, or we start dropping some fire, we're going to talk about that in a minute. When we start dropping some fire in the comments, we're actually telling our brain this is important, and we're opening the ability for new information to come in to our universe so that we can start applying it, we can start learning, and we can start maximizing results. So forgive me if I keep on saying, please say yes in the comments below, because what we want for you is to maximize your results, and we want you to open up your brain to receive the new information. Typically, when I say that, there's really good stuff coming your way. Okay. So this Art Boss Challenge, it is specifically designed for professional artists to give you clarity on what you need to be doing next to be on the simplest and fastest path to a six-figure art income. Okay, that's what we want for you, right? If you're asking, well, what's a professional artist? Like, I don't know, am I a professional artist? I'm gonna just define it for you. I work with thousands of artists every single year. Just in this challenge alone, working with a couple of thousand artists who, I'm going to be honest, most of them are not serious artists. Most of them are kind of like just hobbyists poking around going, it'd be nice if I can make a little bit of extra money. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, by the end of the week, you're going to be making money. You're going to be making a sale here or there. It's going to open up the ability to make like a couple sales. Okay. That's what we want for you. But the reality, the difference between a hobbyist who's like, it'd be kind of fun, right? I might do it. I might do the work. I might invest in my business. The difference between a hobby artist and a professional artist is professional artists, number one, see the value of what they're doing and they know they need to get it into the hands of the people who need it most. Okay. Professional artists see that their artwork has the ability to make them thousands of dollars every single month, and they're going to be willing to do what it takes to close thousands and thousands of dollars consistently month after month. Okay. You're a professional artist if you've sold one piece of art at some point, somewhere along the line, and you want to create consistent monthly income with the power of your artwork. Okay. This is the big key right here. You're a professional artist if you're willing to invest in yourself and you're willing to invest in your business, the time and resources it takes to be on the path to making six figures and beyond. Okay. So only you can decide whether you're professional or not. This is an exclusive program that we provide to artists, to professional artists. I only work with 10 new professional artists every month. We help them learn audio, visual, and kinetically. We work with artists every single business day of the year, 52 weeks, getting them the sales and marketing skills that they need in order to find their customers and close at higher prices. This week is not going to be about tips and tricks. So if you're here going, just give me a couple free tips and tricks, I'm going to tell you this is the framework for selling artwork that allows for you to claim a six-figure art income. This week is for action takers. Okay. People, artists, business owners who are done spending another year trying to figure this out. Another year being in a bubble going, I'm exhausted. I'm like, everybody has different ideas. I don't know how to fit them into a framework so that I can actually blow this out. Okay. Art bosses who come on board with us typically have a sales goal of 5K or plus a month. Art bosses that work with us, Nick just closed his first 20K month. I mean, freaking amazing. Sandra has one post that every time she uses it, she finds 10 new clients and she charges at least $500. Her most affordable product is $500. So do the math. Just one post is closing for her monthly sales goal. She's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What about Kyle, who has a waiting list of 10 people long every month waiting to see the next piece of artwork that's coming off of his easel? These are the things that we want. We want to be working with artists who are serious about their art and know that it has the power so that they could walk away from their side gigs so they can leave the corporate grind, right? We are offering you guys a shortcut that allows for you to create consistent monthly income that allows for you to be living your dream. Okay. Your choice. We have artists who are here who are making back their return on investment within their first months being in working with us, right? Or we have artists who come back. This is now like the fourth year. They come back every year in the free zone and they're just making $400 or $500, maybe $1,000 more a year. Okay. So it's totally your choice. If you don't want to learn how to create a system, you want to be like, you know what, I'm not interested in the shortcut. Here's the alternative. You can go to 4 years of undergrad in business school. You can do 2 years for getting a marketing MBA. And then you can work for someone else for a couple years to figure out how to actually close high ticket sales. Okay. Or you can hang out with us and you can, within the first 30 days, within the first 90 days, be claiming your return on investment. Okay. So I know that some of you are already saying, oh my goodness, absolutely want to work with you. We're going to get to that. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can start working with us. The next 3 days are free because I want you to see the whole entire system that we use. I want you to see the strategies that we implement. I want you to know what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be working with us. And then I'll be making you guys offers if you'd like to be one of those 10 artists who work with us. Okay. So super excited, super exciting stuff here. I want you to know that if you're ready to go, at minimum, we want you to do this. Okay. We want you to start implementing what you're learning here today. We want you to download that workbook. Again, I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on that. Okay. Already, you have seen training, whether you know it or not. You're seeing me implement the products and the training that we use in the Art Boss Business Builder. Already, this is what you've seen already. Okay, you've seen landing pages, you've seen sales funnels, you've seen digital downloads, you've seen art bots, which automations, you've seen lead generation strategies. Okay, and we haven't even dug into the training yet. But if you start just taking notes, if you start really tuning into what we do here, you're going to see how I'm leveraging the online market automations and tools that allow for me to make thousands of dollars a month selling my artwork and my art products, as well as saving $1,000 a month through automations and tools that allow for me to level up the business. Do you want to know how to sell your artwork online using the tools, the strategies, and the systems that we use here at the Art Boss Formula? If you do, say yes in the comments. Okay, so oh my goodness. Let's get started. Let's totally get started. So I want you to see the system that we're using. I want you to understand it. And I want you to know that art entrepreneurs who are the most successful here are the characteristics. Okay. They know that the quickest path is to actually have someone else show them how to do this. They know that when they can find someone who not only shows them how to do it, but actually works with them on implementation, they recognize that their time is more valuable spent on creating artwork than trying to figure out how to sell online. Okay. They, this is a big one. They want someone else to do the hard work, figuring it all out. And they just actually want to learn how to do it quickly and easily. And they're done like dabbling. Okay. They're done trying to figure out everything on their own. And they would rather work with someone else who's figured it out. And they would rather get that skill set, invest in it, and invest in it quickly so that they have more time back in their studios. We're giving you the shortcut, and I'm going to show you the big picture. So as you guys are signing in, okay, so I know that people are still joining and still coming in. I want you guys to give yourself some fire, okay? There's a little fire emoji. Shauna, maybe you can drop that in the link below, let everybody know. I know I've already seen some fire, but that emoji is really important. Again, it opens up your neuro pathways. It allows for you to absorb this training that's happening. It also tells us that you're like, I want more. Tell me more. When I see fire, I know to like dig in and give you guys more content around what you're dropping fire around. Okay. So even if you're watching in replay, you can put in the comments #replay. It'll allow for you to find this quicker, this training video, because there's tons of content here. This week, we want you to get results. Even if you walk away in these next 3 days with understanding that just closing at a higher price and finding more of your ideal customers is just a sliver of what we teach here. But if you just get those two skill sets over the rest of the year, you're going to be able to close significantly more sales than you currently are. Okay. And it's a skill that you have forever. We have art bosses that visit and come into that actually work with us. We have art bosses who just come into the free zone. I'm going to tell you, even the artists that come into the free zone year after year are closing an extra like $1,000, $2,000. Nancy shared, she's like, I was in advertising sales for years, and just by coming to the Art Boss Challenge, I increased my sales from $2,500 to $5,000 this year, just working in the free zone. We want that for you. If you're still in the place where you're like, I just want the free zone and I just want to be able to grab an extra $2,000 every year, we want that for you. But we really want to work with artists who want to make 5K, 10K, 20K a month and give you the specific tools and strategies and systems that allow for you to scale beyond just $5,000 a year. We have testimonials from tons of different people. Let me grab this real quick. And you can grab your workbook, and inside of the workbook, here's what other artists are saying about the challenges that we provide, simply being able to get some strategies that allow for them to level up their businesses. So I want to assure you that even if you're just here for tips and tricks, you're going to get that. Okay. But really, this is about having the simplest path to a six-figure art income. Okay. So we're going to be having fun this week. We're creating a community of artists, like-minded business professionals who are out there walking the same journey. If you don't believe that you can take your sales from 50K a year to 100,000, I'm just going to simply say this. It's because you're not in a community of artists who are doing it. Once you surround yourself with business professionals who are closing $100,000 a year and more, you're going to be able to close those sales. Okay. You're just simply because you're like, oh my gosh, it's possible. Maybe it's just believing for you. Maybe it's getting over the belief. Okay. Because we know that we're artists and not everybody gets us, right? Not everybody gets us. We spend so much time on our artwork. We will walk away from going to a party to finish a piece of artwork, or maybe, the Dick Blick box came in and we're just going to unpack all of our new supplies. Okay. I wrote a whole blog on it. I want to share it really quickly. If you're, I'm going to pop over to Facebook real quick. Okay. So I wrote a blog on this because it's really important to claim the fact that not everybody is going to get us. Okay. So I wrote an article, a little blog in Facebook that talks about, I have this unexplainable need, right? Have you ever had a time when someone's questioned, why do you do what you do? Like where you find yourself trying to explain why you do what you do, something that seems so logical and normal to you, but everyone else is confused. Like being an artist, you know what that's like. And I shared the whole story of being an artist and a coach. I just have this unexplainable need to create, and I have this unexplainable need to work with artists so that they can claim the path to six figures. If you'd like to read more about the article, just pop on over. Here is my Facebook. Here's my Facebook personal profile. Connect with me here. Follow me here. Send me a friend request. I would love to connect with you. And you can read through and start looking at what my purpose is, why I love doing what I do so much, because I just love, love, love being a creative who also gets to work with other insanely talented artists every single day of the week. And it is my favorite thing to do. Okay. So I probably should have said this early. Hey, everybody. My name is Rena Uha. I just shared with you my Facebook profile. Please feel free to follow me there or to just send me a friend request because I would love to get to know you guys more. So let's go ahead and jump on in and get a little bit of time spending some time together. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me, let's start here. Let's start with this. Where are you guys from? As I saw you guys registering, I saw people from Singapore, Sweden, England, all over Europe. Central America, Mexico, where else? Canada. Oh my goodness, all across the United States. Drop in the comments. Tell me where you're from. Tell me a little bit about you. Like keep it to one line because we want to be able to keep you on the path to learning. Just tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from. I am actually currently in Fayetteville, Arkansas. During this week, I'm in the middle of a move. I am moving to the Northern Virginia area. We just purchased a house in Alexandria, and we're so excited to be moving to a new location. And I'm so excited to be able to leverage the true power of working in the online market. We truly can be a business owner, be an artist who sells their products in the online market from anywhere in the world. Even though things are kind of crazy in the background, things are crazy in your personal life, you can still continue to run a highly successful art business where you're closing thousands of dollars a sale, okay, whenever you want to, from wherever you want to. The online market has no boundaries. It has no limitations. It has the ability to be able to connect with people from around the world. When we're using old school selling systems, which they still work, art shows, art events, gallery openings, all of those events are super powerful. And I recommend that when you have an event that closes $20,000 like in one weekend, yeah, keep it. If you have a gallery who's closing thousands of dollars of sales for you, that's a great relationship. We never want to walk away from those. The reality is those events are doing some key things that we're not having to do for ourselves. So if we're selling in the online market, we better figure out how to do it. Okay. We can go from where we're limiting our scope of sales from like 100-mile radius from where we live, maybe a 500-mile radius, right? To where we're literally selling to the world. That the difference between selling to a client in California and selling to a client in Singapore, in Hawaii, in Europe is no different than just selling to someone who's 100 miles away from where you are. Okay. So what we're going to be digging into is going to allow for you to be able to close those sales no matter where your clients live. Okay. So let's take a second. I want to frame this up for a second. Okay. We're going to be digging into the exact system, but I want you to start thinking about the difference between how you're selling online and some of the more traditional old school selling methods. I'm going to get you ready for the training that's coming. Okay. Have you ever had someone come into your gallery, someone come into your art booth and make this comment and say something like, I wish I was as talented as you. I wish that I was blessed with the creativity that you were blessed with. Okay. Like raise your hands. Say me. Okay. Raise your hands. Okay. I wish that it was just so magical that I didn't have to do anything, that I could just be as talented as you. The reality as creators and as artists, we spend thousands, I mean, add it up. Even if you just started last year, we spend thousands of hours every single year refining our craft. We take tutorials, we go spend time with other artists who show us tools and techniques. We invest in our business in all sorts of ways. Like what the skill set we have with our artwork is like magical. Like we didn't spend hundreds, thousands of hours and dollars getting our skill set to the place where when someone walks into our booth or our gallery and they say, this is freaking amazing, that it's not magical. It's with blood, sweat, tears, hours, money, work to get to that level. And I find it frustrating when someone says that because they're trying to undermine the value of my work. I know that right away they're implying that it was magical and I didn't have to do hard work to do this. And so when they undermine the value of my work, I have to be able to create those boundaries. Okay. So it tends to set us up, if we're not careful, when someone says that, it tends to set us up to accept a lower price than what our artwork is worth. Okay. So I want you to think on that for a second. It's really important for us to get clarity on the price that we're charging and making sure we don't have anyone ahead of time trying to already, right, undermine the value of what we're doing. Okay, so I want you to think about this now. Raise your hands if you wish you were good at selling. Raise your hands if you're like, "Oh my gosh, selling is so hard. I wish it was just as easy for me to sell like Susie, like Mark, like Jackson. They're so good at it. I wish it was as easy for me. I wish," right? I'm going to tell you that the same skill sets that you develop in your studio, creating your product, whether you're a 2D artist, a 3D artist, whether you're a digital artist, whether you're an art teacher, whether you provide digital courses, whatever you do, okay? Selling takes practice. Being really good at selling, if you're not spending hundreds of hours, if not like decades worth of selling where you're practicing for thousands of hours, you're never going to get better. You can't wish this skill set, and even people who are really good at selling and really natural at it, it's because they've practiced. It's because they have taken the time, invested in themselves, invested in their businesses to get the skill sets that they need. This week, we're not only going to give you the full strategy so that your business is set up so that it can close sales, we're also going to start talking about how you can claim the skill sets you need so that you're closing the sales that you want. Okay. When we work with you, we not only build out the sales scripts with you that you need so you're saying the right thing, we're making sure that your business is set up in a way that it allows for you to maximize your results. If you don't have your system set up, you can talk to as many people as you want to. Closing sales is more than just talking to a bunch of people and being good at sales. It's about making sure your whole business is set up. Okay. This week is free. The next 3 days is free, and we want you to maximize your results. Okay. We are going to provide opportunities for you to work with Team Art Boss to have one-on-one laser focused coaching. Yes, we have already the Art Boss bot, and she's here delivering content for you on the daily. She's going to be sending to you, she's already sent you your workbook. She's sending to you some of the additional downloads and things that are coming your way over the next couple of days. Okay. And if you want to continue to work with me and my team, we are going to provide a customized program for you so that you can uncover what you need to do next in the online market. So you can be closing those more sales, right? Later this week, I'm going to be making you an offer to work directly with us if you want to do that, to work directly with us, to implement what you're learning, to get our eyeballs on your business, to help you to scale and automate your business. We want you to know that you're going to have the ability to have support from online industry experts who've walked this path before you. Talk to us on a daily basis if you want that. Okay, this is going to be your choice. And I watch artists implement the Art Boss formula and immediately make sales. I watch them close 20K in a month. I watch them go from $5,000 a year. Then they start working with us and they make $80,000 in 6 months. So I'm going to work with you for the rest of this week, and even into Monday. We're going to do some laser focused coaching on Monday for free. You're going to have access to the whole team, and we're going to talk about the team in a minute. We're going to talk about how amazing Team Art Boss is. But sometimes when artists hear that they can't work with us for a whole year for free, and I'm telling you now, because if it's going to upset you that you learn you can't work with this team of industry experts for a whole year for free, where we help you get on the path to 6 figures and beyond, where our eyeballs are on your business on a weekly basis, where you can ask questions on a daily basis, where we help you get out of research paralysis. If you're going to be upset that working with you for a full year isn't free, I just want to let you know it's okay if you need to leave now. I want you to know that we understand. If that is going to make you upset that you can't work with us for a whole year for free, okay, it's okay for you guys to leave. And that's fine. We're only going to talk about it once. So why do we do this? Why is Team Art Boss so invested in helping you for a week for free? It's simply because I want you to see the power of the system before you ever invest in it. If you don't understand what you're investing in, then I don't want to make you an offer. I don't want you to come on board and work with us if you have no idea what you're going to be doing. Okay. So not everybody gets us. We understand that, right? Just you can even say that. Yep, I get it. Not everybody gets us. But if you want to work with us for free this week, have access to all of Team Art Boss. Okay. We're here for you. Okay. We're here to help you level up your business. Okay. So we're going to start working in a deck. I'm going to bring up a presentation because I want you guys to have everything you need to first maximize your results. And then we're going to pop into training. And you're going to see that even though we spent a half an hour kind of talking about the big picture, you already have training. So if you haven't started taking notes and you haven't started like really digging in, and I've layered in training this whole time, and go ahead and rewatch this. There's no like that is actually one of the skill sets of a highly successful entrepreneur is recognizing sometimes we need to rewatch things. So let's go ahead and pull up the presentation. Let me go ahead and add this in. And here we go. Perfect. So welcome to the Art Boss Challenge. This is the simplest and fastest path to a six-figure art income. This is the schedule. This is what we're going to be doing this week. We're here April 12th through April 14th, every day at 12 p.m. Central Time. Today, we're going to talk about multiplying your online and offline art sales. We're modernizing your selling system. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about confidence, confidently closing your art sales at a higher price. Okay. On Friday, we are going to talk about your irresistible offers, how to connect your price and your customers so that you're closing more sales at a higher price. And then on Monday, we're providing a laser focused coaching session. You will need a VIP pass for that. Information is inside of your workbook on how you can get that VIP pass. And we're going to spend a minute on how to get your hands on this workbook and all of the resources that are here for you during this week. We want to make this as simple as possible for you so that you can be maximizing your results. We're here every single day live, 12 p.m. Central Time. Yes, we know you guys told us where you're from, right? You told us you're from around the world. So we know that not everybody can be here for live training. It's super effective to just watch and replay as well. We are monitoring the comments, even if you're in here after the live replay or the live is finished and you're watching in replay. So feel free to comment and engage and get the kinetic learning that's happening. You guys have Facebook reminders, you have email reminders, you have messenger reminders. You can connect with Artie the Art Bot. I'm going to give you her link in a minute so that if you want to be reminded of when the training's happening, some of the tools that are coming out, some of the homework that's coming out, please feel free to connect with Artie, the Art Boss Bot. We also have that VIP only. It's private training on Monday. It's going to be laser focused coaching with me. It's one of the only opportunities for you to have a live conversation with me. And we're so excited to be able to do that. You will need to apply and we will send you your VIP pass. You also have a ton of resources here. You have the challenge workbook. Okay, it's available to download. You will need to connect with Artie the Art Bot in order to get this workbook. You're going to have that one-on-one clarity calls that you're going to be able to schedule with me and Team Art Boss. You also have a studio. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. You have a studio where instead of trying to hunt for everything in the Facebook group, you can go to one place. It is a link that's going to give you all of your assets, all of your everything you need. Okay. And then again, make sure that you're connecting with Artie the Art Bot. Here she is. This is Artie the Art Bot. She is going to be your girl, your go-to girl when you're looking for content, when you're looking for information like when's the training? What do I need to be? And we want you to have that access. Okay. So it is Artie www.karenauha.com/goodies. Okay, so you simply connect there. She's going to ask you some questions and she's going to be able to get you to all of the content that you need, including that studio, which is headed your way. Okay, so welcome to day one of the Art Boss Challenge. We're going to be modernizing your selling system so that you're updating those old school systems. Okay, we just need to modernize them. We need to be able to have a system that allows for us to 10x our art sales. We want to be able to set a goal and then meet that goal. Okay, so let's just take a second here. I'm going to ask you this question and I want you to put comments in the stream. But what is your biggest challenge in selling your artwork online? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I know that artists say, I just can't find my customers, right? What are some of the other ones that we know that we'll see in the comment stream? Everyone tells me my artwork's too expensive. You're like, yeah, no, but I understand. What else? What are some other ones? I don't know, Shauna, you probably have a few you can pop in there too as we move through this. So let me read through them. Like, yeah, like, oh my goodness, I just want to close sales. Yep. What's my biggest challenge? I just want to make money. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. What are some of your, like, oh, I don't know what to say. Yeah. I don't know what to say when a customer says beautiful or how much is it? Oh, goodness gracious. How much is it? I freeze up. Right. So we want you, right? So, okay, this is what we want for you. We want you to know that, yes, we understand you're asking this question. Why is it so hard? Trying to find customers online shouldn't be this frustrating. And you're absolutely right. We tend to, when we are first running an online selling system, we tend to just, right, set up that super sexy artist website, post everywhere, like Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. We're like exhausted and then literally cross our fingers like this and go, I hope it works. I hope it works. Does this feel familiar? Is that frustration? Like, are you going, yes, Calgon, take me away. If you want, instead of doing this, okay, if you want to modernize your selling system, this is what we want instead. We want you to have a modernized online selling system that has your ideal customers raising their hand and saying, yes, tell me more. Yes, I want to talk to you about your artwork. Yes, I want to get a piece of your artwork in my house. And we need to be layering and leveraging the online market. We need to be creating a system that goes from, oh my God, I hope what I just did is working, to the place where we're responding to the people who are raising their hands. And how do we do this? Okay, old school systems. Let's talk about this, okay? Old school systems work really well in certain income streams, okay? Old school's not bad. Old school works, again, when you have a booth set up in an art show or an art event, perfect. Old school, no problems there. Even in your gallery systems, old school system, like old school styling system or old school selling systems can work really well in galleries and art shows. When we start moving our selling into online market, we have to modernize it. So let's look at what we're doing with old school, and then let's talk about the shift that needs to happen when we modernize our selling system for the online market. Okay. Old school is make and sell, make and sell. We make a piece of artwork, we sell a piece of artwork. So let's kind of take a look at this really quick. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on old school selling systems because you understand it. We typically start with the creation process. We typically create a piece of artwork, then we price our artwork, then we go out and we start looking for leads. We go, okay, and we individually, oh, we found someone is kind of like interested in my artwork. We make them an offer. We say, hey, do you want to buy it? And they either say yes or they say no. Okay, just the way it is. If they say yes, we do the happy dance and we start the whole process over, right? We create another piece of artwork. We price that artwork. We find a lead. We see if they want to like purchase it or not. We make them an offer. And if they say no, we're like, okay, drop that lead. Like we just drop them like a hot potato. Boom, we drop them. And when someone says no, we typically then refocus back on pricing and we're like, well, if we said no, it's because my price is too high. And then we start lowering our price. Okay. So we start undermining the value of our artwork when we don't need to. Okay. So old school selling systems that we're trying to apply in the online market don't work as effectively. Okay. They're not as effective. Okay. They take more time. They're exhausting, overwhelming. Okay. So this is what happens. We just go, oh, someone said no, then it must be the price of my artwork. We go out, we try to find more leads, we make more offers, and eventually we get to a price where, and this I hear all the time. Like if you're sitting there going, I can't lower my price anymore, I'm going to tell you the problem with your selling system isn't your price. It's we haven't set up a system. We haven't set up an online system that allows for you to close your artwork at a price that reflects your value. So let's talk about this more. How many times do you need to ask a new person to buy your artwork? Okay, so this is a great question. I get it all the time. Great. I'm using the old school selling system and it's kind of exhausting, but goodness gracious, how many times do I need to find a new person? Okay, so we go, all right. How many people do you need to talk to before someone will buy? This is called your conversion rate. So I want you guys to this is a little bit of a marketing term and I'm going to explain it to you a little bit. Every business has a conversion rate and every business's conversion rate is going to be different. Every artist is going to have a different conversion rate. So if you know what your conversion rate is, awesome. If you don't know what it is yet, that's totally cool. That's the first thing we do is we start looking at what your conversion rates are. But you can see that now instead of just one little selling system where the old school, we have to these are 10 layered in a row, right? What happens when we talk to 10 people? Like how many people are going to convert to a sale? How many people are going to actually purchase our artwork when I talk to 10 people? Okay, so this is a standard conversion rate in the business world. Whether you sell cars, whether you sell potato peelers, I'm just coming up with any. Most businesses do cartwheels over a 3% conversion rate. Okay. It's a really solid conversion rate. Okay. The best news about conversion rates is it doesn't matter if it's 1% or 3% or 10%. You own it. And once you own it, we'll talk about this later, we can reverse engineer and figure out all of your numbers in your system later. But let's just say you're like most businesses who are excited over a 3% conversion rate, which is very normal. Okay. So this is how many conversations you need to have. Old school selling methods where you're doing it one-off, you're just talking to 100 people is exhausting because in 100 people, you may find 3 people to purchase, right? If your conversion rate is 3%, that means 3 people will purchase. And if you're not selling at a price that reflects the value of what you're doing, let's say you're selling for under $100, you've just spent all those hours to make $300. We want you to be charging a price that reflects the value of what you're doing. Okay, so that's the first thing we work on with you. We want you to get a price that reflects the value of what you're doing. Okay, so no wonder we're exhausted. No wonder we're exhausted when we're running the old school selling system in the online market and we're out there talking to anyone who will talk to us in our social media. I guarantee you a 3% conversion rate is probably not even happening. You're probably having to talk to even more people than that. So let's instead of trying to sell one by one to everyone you meet in social media, okay, instead of doing it that way, let's start thinking about this. Let's leverage, let's maximize the online market and move your leads through as a unit. I mean, this is what we have the power to do in the online market. Instead of having 100 individual conversations, we can have one conversation with units of ideal customers who are getting ready to purchase. So the more ideal customers you have in this 100 list, the more that you refine your message, the more time you invest in finding your ideal client and putting them into the units and moving the units, These units could be thousands of people. This unit could be hundreds of people. Maybe for your business, you only need 50 people to move through in units. Okay. This is why, even though we're using a framework and a standard framework, as artists, we have to recognize that our businesses are super unique and we have to start refining them. And we need to be working with someone who knows how to refine them. And we work them and we run them through a system. This is a map of what we do in the very first 3 months of the Art Boss Business Builder, and we move units of people through this. Okay, so we move them through where we set up our selling system and our sales funnel. We really get clear on our price. We identify our lead generation, what's the most powerful way to move leads and find leads. We create those irresistible offers. We run our playbooks, we run our brand book, we run our sales book, and we have, just like a gallery or just like an art show, we have an event that heightens awareness, heightens the urgency to purchase so that we can move our unit through the system as a group instead of trying to walk through this whole path with 100 people one by one. It's always going to be easier to do a group tour than individual tours with 100 people. Okay. So super powerful, right? A framework. This is this is the power. Okay. A framework for qualifying your leads and moving them through as a unit versus individual. We forget that when we're working with galleries and we're doing art shows, they've done a process that is qualifying your leads. It's called vetting. There's all kinds of different names for it in the business world. But it's not, if we are not qualifying our leads and moving them through as a unit, we're actually missing the first 3 steps that someone else usually takes care of for us. Okay. And they deserve all the commissions they get for doing that for us, right? Okay. And we use the Art Boss formula. So this is the very first page of your workbook. Okay. So you have it right here. And we're going to start showing you the system where we're going to modernize your selling system. This is it. This is a system that we use so that we can create a modern system that moves our leads through a system as a unit versus an individual. So what you're going to walk away with today is this filled out. Okay. If you haven't taken other notes, that's fine, but you're going to walk away with this chart filled out. And you're going to walk away today with a whole entire selling system that we use in the Art Boss Business Builder to run our 6-figure art businesses. So awesome. So much goodness here. I'm going to also do a little bit of coaching on like some of the things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow and the next day, because I want you to see what I'm teaching you guys this week is going to build. I want you to see the whole entire strategy. And then tomorrow we're going to break this chart apart and we're going to talk about key components so that you can start seeing how the whole process works together. Okay. It's super amazing. It is super fun. We have artists who are like, holy cow, like I just closed 7K in a weekend. Or Karen, I just had my first 20K month. Or here's the other exciting thing, right? We go from where we're so worried about getting leads and closing sales that when you start running a system, you actually get to the place where you have to go into client management. You're going to have more customers than what your production line is going to allow. And so we have to start moving into client management concerns. So artists who work with us consistently and who stay with us and work through their system after they're closing $100,000 a year and they now have clients who want it delivered, like they drop 10K on a painting, they want it delivered the next day. We have to move through client management issues. So there's always more fun and more learning, but I want you to know that you're going to walk away with the system and what you need to do to be on the path, that simplest and fastest path to closing your art sales. So here we go. All right. We have to be collecting leads. So that very first on the left-hand side, we have to be collecting our ideal clients, not just any lead. We're not collecting followers. We're not worrying about who is looking at our artwork but ghosting us. We're creating a system that allows for us to collect leads. That means we have their name. We probably have their phone number. We definitely have a way to send outbound messaging, and we're putting all those leads inside of a container. Okay, so when we look at this chart, the star in the middle represents our container. It represents the place where we're going to be collecting our leads. We can collect our leads in a lot of different places. Any social media platform, you can create your own platform. You can use all the ones that are out there. Different types of art businesses will want to leverage different types of containers. I'm going to tell you the gem of my sales funnel, how I close my art sales is by using a Facebook group. It's by really leveraging the power of Facebook, because Facebook includes so many beautiful gems. It includes Facebook profile, Facebook business pages, Facebook groups. And remember, Facebook also includes Instagram. Okay. So um, there is a really beautiful container sitting here that's free. So if you don't have that high-end, super sexy website yet, okay, even if you do have a super sexy website, you may see the power of a container that's actually more powerful to collect leads than even a website or an email list. Okay. So we can work with you on whatever platform you want to. The gem of my sales funnel, okay, this is what we're showing you how to set up is a sales funnel, is a Facebook group. So when you choose your platform of choice, that place where you're going to collect your leads, we start creating a system. We start creating something that has momentum. So we collect leads and we put them inside of our container. That's the first thing that we do. As soon as we have leads inside of our Facebook group or our container, whatever container you want to use, we have to start connecting with them immediately. We have to start giving them everything that they need to say yes. We need to be really clear on who our ideal client is so that we can collect them, but we also need to be clear on who our ideal client is so we can connect with them. We need to be laying out every point of contact that we have with our clients, whether it's in social media, whether it's in our emails and maybe a Facebook Live, maybe maybe even in other places like Instagram or LinkedIn. We need to make sure that we're giving our ideal clients everything that they need to say yes, so that when we make our offers, when we put our artwork out there and we start talking about how they can get that artwork in their hands, we have ideal clients who have everything they need to say yes, so that when we make our offers, they're pulling out their credit cards. That's the system that we're creating. Yes, the arrows imply momentum because that's exactly what happens. Instead of putting one person into our system at a time, we're putting units in at a time. And also, those units we're walking through the whole process. Okay. So, the fourth component, we actually call this the C check. If you haven't heard me talk about the C check, because every single business needs to have these checks, is clarity. We need to have someone who can look at our numbers. When we're running a system, we now have numbers. We know how many people we're putting inside of our container on a monthly basis. We know how many posts we need to be doing, how many emails we need to be sending, how many, whatever your system is, in order to connect. And then when we make our offers, we have the numbers we need to be able to know, when I make this number of offers, I'm closing at this percentage. That's my conversion rate, another C word. And we have to be able to analyze those numbers and know what to do next. Okay. So we have to have clarity to be able to do that. So this is it. This is the Art Boss formula. Yes, it's set up to create momentum. Once you get it started, then you create the momentum that allows for you to continue to have a consistent monthly income, because now you're running a system where you're collecting your ideal customer, you're connecting with them and giving them everything they need to say yes, so that when you make your offers, they're pulling out their credit cards. And after you run your system, you can work with industry experts to get clarity on how you can start refining this whole entire system. If you say, I'm not sure if I'm finding the right people, we have all specific sets of steps of how to verify that you're finding the right people. If you say, I'm not sure, like, should I raise my price? Bren, should I raise my price? Be like, let's look at your numbers. If you're saying, you know what, I'm getting everybody to the place where I'm making offers, but I'm just not able to close what I need to close, Now we can start looking at your sales scripts. We can start looking at your tie downs. We can start looking at how you're moving people from what we call verbal yes to where they actually pull out their credit cards. Okay. Super amazing, super powerful. And running this system takes the ability to know where your funnel has leaks, where your funnel might need more gas, or where maybe it's just broken. And we can always refine, fix, add more gas, and do all those things. And this is how we do it. Okay. Inside of the Art Boss Business Builder, we work with you to create a playbook that allows for you to collect your most beautifully wonderful customers so that every time that you have a selling event, every time that you want to go out and sell your artwork, you just take that playbook out, just like all the people in sports. They're like, they pull out their playbooks and like, we need to do this, this, and this, and we're going to get the leads we need. We work with you to identify the best container for your art business. Okay, so we're going to work with you to really make a commitment to one platform at a time. Let's figure it out in one platform, and then we can scale it later with multiple platforms. We work with you to create your brand book. We're going to work with you to identify, what do you need to say? What do I need to say to all these people? Where do I need to put what kind of post and what part of my social media? And what do I do when they start raising their hands? Remember at the beginning, instead of doing the cross fingers, people are raising their hands. What do I do when the people engage back so that I can act my sales book and I can start closing those sales? And you work with Team Art Boss in order to get the clarity on what you need to do next. Okay, so what's ahead? What's ahead? I've just shown you the whole entire Art Boss formula. It's what we do in order to create a system that closes sales with or without a fancy schmancy website, with or without paid ads. Okay, so what's ahead? Right. These are some of the things that in past training that we've had people say. They're like, you know what? I need help with powerful content. I need help with pricing. Hashtag consistent monthly income. Do any of these sound familiar? Put in the comments if you're like, I specifically want to start working on this area because I know it's the first place that I need to work in order to be on that path. And I want to be on the path to six figures. Maybe you're saying automations. Like, Ren, I've got my system set up. I'm sure it could be refined, but help me automate it. I need to help closing at my new price, that price that reflects the value of what I'm doing. Help me find leads. I just need some confidence. I need to be able to stand up in front of my customer. I'm like, oh, it's so scary to get in front of my social media. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's a really fun day tomorrow. We're going to talk a lot about social media. Like, I don't want to be a salesy weirdo. That's another thing we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about how we can walk away from being the salesy weirdo and we can actually stand up confidently in front of our customers and close sales. Like hashtag done with research or paralysis. Maybe it's hashtag I don't know what to say. Just help me know what to say. Maybe it's hashtag looky loos. I'm done with the freebie seekers. Hashtag social media calendar. I would love to automate my social media calendar. I would love to outsource my social media calendar. Hashtag sales. Just give me sales. Okay. So all of what we're going to be doing next is really focusing on all these hashtags and taking them and moving them into, I have powerful content. I have consistent monthly income. I know how to find my leads. I know what to say. That's what I want you to be putting in your social media as hashtag like value. So great news. This is great news because what we can do next is when we are running an art selling system, you can close thousands of dollars in art sales each month without a super sexy high-end website and without expensive ads if you don't want to, right? If you want to use your super sexy website, great. If you want to run ads, we'll show you how to run ads, okay? So we have some homework headed your way because we want you to know that as we are moving from day to day, I do want you working on your business still. I don't want you to wait till tomorrow to get the additional free training. I want you to start implementing, okay? Because what we're giving you is a tool to modernize your selling system. We're giving you the tool to walk away from trying to sell one-on-one, which is exhausting, Okay. Yes, it works in art shows because people have already been vetted. Okay. The whole process has already been run for you. Yes, it works in galleries because they're running that system. If you're committed to finding another income stream that can bring six figures and beyond that you control, then I'm going to tell you you're in the right place and we're going to get you working on the things that get you the results. Okay. Because it's a very specific system that we work with artists for a year to set up those specific to do like the dailies. We have a daily non-negotiables that we need to be doing every single day. 20 minutes we need to be spending on specific things that literally, if you just have 20 minutes a day, you're going to see immediate results. It's crazy. So, homework. Let's talk about what your homework is. So, we are going to be posting this inside of the Art Boss Challenge. You're going to look inside of the stream and it's going to say day one homework. And it's going to ask you this question: what is your big art goal? We want to get to know you more so we can start helping you and providing training that is going to help you meet your goals. What do you want your art business to do for you? Okay, so I want to be really clear on how we're going to leverage this question to move you forward in your art business. I want to know what your big art goal is. If you want to let me know what your sales goal is, I would love that. Okay. If you're not really ready to share numbers, that's totally okay. We can help you faster when you start sharing really what your sales goals are, like from a monthly sales goal. But what is your big art goal? Okay. I want you to think about this. What do you want your art business to do for you? Not what do you want to do for your art business? So let me help you reframe this. I want my art business to bring in 10K a month so that I can replace my corporate income. Okay. So that I can be living the dream. So that I can pay for my kids like super expensive college education. Right? So that I can buy a car, so that I can buy a house. Okay. I want you to look at your artwork and its ability to actually make your life better. Okay. This is what I don't want to hear. Okay. Um, my big goal in my art business is to help other people so that they can get, so that they can have beautiful pieces of artwork in their house. Yeah, that's a given. Okay. That's like an objective that we have, but an art goal is centered around what we need so that we have the ability to continually create and create, because creating without making money is either a hobby or super frustrating. Okay, so this is a really important question. Again, it will be in the Art Boss Challenge group. What you're watching this training in, go look. It'll be pinned to the feature post so that you can share. Okay, I read through everything. So does Team Art Boss. Okay, we may comment, or maybe we'll just give you fire because we heard you and we know that you want to tell us more. Over the next couple days, you're going to have the opportunities to tell us more about you, your art business, and your art goals. So even if you just get like a little fire emoji, it means I heard you. I know what you're aiming for. And if I'm not clear on what your goals are, I might ask another question so that I can get clear on what you want. What do you want? Okay, so a few reminders here before we close out today. You have access to Artie the Art Bot. She is how you get your hands on this workbook. She's also going to be sending out a resource. Okay, so let me see if I popped it in here. Yes, if you want this resource, like the whole path, she's going to be sending that out later today. And it's just kind of like it's an audit check sheet to make sure you have what you need to walk your clients through down the path to the sale. That's what we want, right? And so you also have access to call it the studio, the Art Boss Studio. And what the Art Boss Studio does is, the dates are wrong on that. I forgot to change that out, but that's okay. We want you to have easy access to your workbook. The workbook's in there. If you're like, oh, I don't want to connect with Artie, there's a workaround. Here you go. It's over there. You have today's replay will be there. Also, the resource that we're sending out with Artie will be there. This one, right? So every day it gets updated with the new content and new information. We also want you to claim the VIP the VIP pass. And actually, I'm good at that. Let's see here. Yeah. The VIP pass, I'm going to put it inside of, that was the wrong link. Don't use that link. I hope, I just noticed that was the wrong link. Not a big deal. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about creating confidence in your selling system. We're going to talk about traffic secrets. We're going to talk about traffic, and we're going to, like, it's a big day. Okay. We're going to talk about, let me see here. When we go back and really dig in, this is what we're going to talk about. Right here. We're going to talk about collecting leads. We're going to talk about your container, and we're going to talk about connecting with your leads. Okay. So we're going to really pull together those first 3C checks: the container, the collect, and the connect. We're going to do that all tomorrow. And it is super fun, super amazing, great content tomorrow. So, really going to be like, do you not want to be a salesy weirdo? Here's the thing. I say really quietly. The artists who say, I don't want to be a salesy weirdo, so I don't want to like set up a system, they're actually the ones who are salesy weirdos, because they're actually out there just going price picture, and then they don't engage in any sort of conversations until someone says, how much is it? Okay. That's when you actually show up as a salesy weirdo. But I want you to have the tools so that you're confidently selling your artwork at a price that reflects the value, because you're running a whole system. Okay. Not like just price art, picture art, picture art, picture art. Oh, you're interested. Hey, here's how much. Here's why you want to buy it. Here. Okay. That feels like the used car salesman process. So let's not do it that way. Instead, let's activate a system that allows for us to be a human being who's investing our time and our resources in our most perfectly wonderful customers. And it feels like the most natural thing when we walk them down the path to the sale. So super excited to do that tomorrow. We'll see you later. If you have questions, remember you have resources. Okay. So you connect with Artie. You can answer those homework questions. We have a homework post. I'm sorry, we have a homework post. We do. We have a question post. So inside of the Art Boss Challenge, very top, pinned to the top, big question mark. If you're like, I just have a question, I don't A to Z, like, where's the workbook again? Or, hey, I'm really working hard to find my clients. What do I need to do next? Okay. We're going to answer all those questions in that question stream. And then on Monday, for those of you who are interested in moving forward and continuing to level up your business, you're going to have access to me for laser focused coaching. So, and I will be posting the link to get that VIP access right link today. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.